Hi everyone, my name's Colette Matriga. Welcome to my temporary thermy kitchen. Tonight on the menu, Andrew and I are going to enjoy a beautiful Thai beef salad. The recipe's on Cookidoo. It's beautiful, it's fresh, and it's full of yummy goodness and flavour. So let's get started. About an hour ago, what I did is I chopped some beef and I marinated that in lots of beautiful aromats, which are all in the recipe. So if I just have a quick look here, Andrew, at the recipe, scrolling down, the first bits tells you exactly what to do. That was the marinade to go into the dressing. So I've done all that. I'm now on to step 3. Pressing there straight into step 3 of this recipe, and you can see there it's telling us to place some beautiful long red chilies and
it's not ordinary red chilies, beautiful red chilies.
oh yeah, I love chilies, everything's got to be beautiful, we're happy, and some garlic into the Thermomix bowl, and it's going to chop those for us. I love not having to chop things, it's so cool. It's already programmed because it's a guided recipe, 3 seconds at speed 7. Hit next, and it's telling us to scrape down the bowl. Now you don't want to look in the bowl here because you might start crying. All those flavours fused. Oh, that's a lot of chili.
It's just hit me now. It's like
a lot of chilies. This is a great dressing, I have to say. Look, it says use 2 chilies. If you want to use one, use one. I've got the seeds in because we like it spicy and punchy. Leave them out if you want to. So now it's telling me to add in some fish sauce, one of Andrew's favourites. And you love this in your scrambled eggs, don't you?
I do.
Yes, and
yeah,
it's quite
taught to me by a Chinese lady in our last building.
Lime juice, lots of lime juice to bring that freshness. It's a Thai dressing, those Thai classics. Palm sugar. I just want to chop this down a couple of bits.
So Monica says she's having beef fajitas, but adding this recipe to next week.
Oh, fantastic. You'll probably love this. I love beef fajitas too. Absolutely gorgeous. Isn't it great, the choice and the excitement we have in the kitchen when we have a Thermomix? We can do all these wonderful dishes from all around the world. I love it. So lid's going on, and we are going to chop all of that again further.
So Debbie and Monica saying hi.
Hi Debbie, hi Monica, lovely to have you on tonight. Hope you're well.
And Denise says she loves your spatula.
This one?
I think so.
This is the one from the meat shop, I love it too. I think they're about $11. What I love about them is the length. So it's really good for working with your Thermomix. And when I scrape down backwards, and it just clears the sides beautifully. Okay, so transferring that, and we don't want to waste this yumminess here, so remember lime, sugar, fish sauce, chilies and garlic into a bowl, just as Thermy has told me. Yum.
It's just the aroma. It's just
It's Thai cooking.
Pungent, isn't it? It's just.
So remember my golden rule, everybody, just give it a taste. It's beautiful. Sweet. I can taste the lime, taste the salt. Remember sweet, sour, salty spice. That's what we're looking for. That's all done. So the next thing we're going to do, it says, do not clean the mixing bowl. Thank you, Thermy. And the next thing we want to add in here is a stalk of lemongrass, the white bits only. And it says to cut into 2 to 3 centimetre pieces. I always, when I'm using lemongrass, crush it first, and I like to cut it into smaller pieces. We don't want to know it's there, basically. And then this is going to go in. I'm just going to really blitz this up and get that sorted. So now we're going to add some echallots. They use this a lot in Thai cooking. That's the golden echallots, the same ones that I use a lot in the traditional French cooking in my kitchen. So this one weighs about 30 grams, so that is fine. So I'm going to add that in. Just give that a good scrape down. And next, in we go. And again, it's all guided, so flicking it round. Now, I want to do that again. I want to make sure that that lemongrass is done properly, so I'm going to scrape down. And it'll probably tell us to do it again, but I really do want to.
Turn your spatula around the other way.
Yep, turn the spatula around the other way, back to front.
No, you're doing it the wrong way.
No. Oh, no, I do it front ways.
Oh, you said the other way.
Well, that's the way I do it, guys.
Okay.
And it works. Thank you, Andrew, for picking that up.
It's okay, it's my job.
So what I'm going to do, because I really want to make sure that that is blitzed, you can see it's going to do it again. Okay, next, let me just check it. Now, if you don't check it, you could end up with lumpy bits. But I can see the lemongrass is pretty good. But, me being me, and because Andrew doesn't like big lumps of lemongrass,
I don't.
Now I'm going to switch, go back home. It's bookmarked that recipe, so I can go back to it. I'm going to go into my turbo mode. And I'm going to give it...
Go on, do it again.
So back home. And I want to just check it again, and I probably will do it once more. No, don't need to, that looks brilliant. Okay. So just scraping down again.
Oh, I can smell the lemongrass now. It's just
Smell the lemon, yeah.
It takes about 2 or 3 seconds for the aroma to hit me, but when it does, it's like a wall.
So I want to go back to my recipe, bookmark, back into where I was. So now it's telling us to add 30 grams of red onions, which I have pre-cut into thin slices. You want to use red onions, they're not as bitter as your brown onions. Now the chili powder, do you want to add that in, Andy? Do you want it really quite spicy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Grab some chili powder.
Yeah, the sinuses could do the good workout.
Okay.
So
I love Kashmiri chili powder. You buy that in the Indian shops. It's just a beautiful chili powder to actually have. So half a teaspoon, that's gone in. A bit of sesame oil going in. And now it's telling us it's basically going to fry these all up. So without this, because there's lots of fumes and flavour in here, and we want to reduce this, it's going to go for 3 minutes. So while that's cooking for 3 minutes, let's...
On Varoma.
Oh, Andrew, you're very good. On Varoma temperature at speed 1, which is the classics. Smell that, yum. So while that's happening, what I want to do is just show you the beef. So it's just a lovely, I've used a nice fillet steak, which I think, you know, is just beautiful. It's a little bit decadent, but it just is so lovely with this. And I'm just going to pour that in there, and we're just allowing that to go a little bit colder. It is beautiful. You can actually quite happily just sit here and eat all that. Now, don't discard those juices, we're going to use those. That's flavour. So that's good. Now, this is all I can find for a serving bowl in my temporary kitchen. It's a pie dish. It will work. What I did probably about 10 minutes ago in my thermi, my other thermi, I heated the kettle, boiled the water, popped some noodles in here, and it's not in the recipe, but I think it's just lovely to serve these as a bed for this Thai salad. You can see that's all cooked up beautifully in the thermoserver.
So that was just cooked without cooking it?
Yep, that was cooked without cooking it. And I just want to put some of this, drain them off a little bit. that's the beauty of the thermoservers, Andrew, because they're thermal and they will actually keep their heat so well. It cooks pasta, which I think you've seen before, but also these noodles. And of course, the way to get your thermoservers is to book a demonstration with me with a couple of your friends. Now, I haven't really got into this month, so my diary is pretty open. So I would love you to contact me and book a virtual cooking experience, so you can do it from the comfort of your own home, and you can have a couple of your friends.
Use your fingers.
But it's hot. I think that's probably enough. Let's have a look.
So what's a thermoserver worth?
To buy varies from about 100. An average is about 150. There are a few different shapes.
So you get that free if you hold a demonstration?
You get it free if someone buys a Thermomix at that demonstration.
Okay.
But if no one buys the Thermomix, it's still great because it gives me the chance to show people the Thermomix, and we all know how good they are, so people can start to think about whether it's something they're going to use. And you can still get that thermoserver, but you only need to pay around about $30. So you win, and I get the opportunity to show the Thermomix to other people, and I love doing it. All right, so that's now done. It's wanting me to transfer this into the dressing that we had earlier. So this is quite a dry component that's going in and mixing with the dressing. Excellent.
Oh, it smells so good.
Thai flavours. Always good, aren't they? Right. Now I do want to taste that for balance. Does it need a bit more chili, does it? Oh, that's balanced beautifully. The lemon's great. Okay, good. Clean and dry mixing bowl. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab a clean mixing bowl. That's pretty clean. And I have roasted off some lovely salted nuts. So they're going in. So I just pop them in a pan. Of course you can roast them in your Thermomix, but I was using other things in my Thermomix. And then we are just going to blitz them up. Literally for 2 seconds at speed 6. Transfer into a bowl. And when you do the peanuts, when you're frying them off or roasting them off in a dry roast, I put a little bit of extra salt with them, but always do extra because they're really hard to resist. You want to keep eating them. I never let Andrew in the kitchen when I'm doing that job.
It smelled like popcorn when you were roasting them this afternoon.
Okay, so that's basically all the components to our salad that are done. So the next thing I'm going to do is add in some freshness. Now you should really wait for all this to go pretty cold, but we're good, we're good. So I'm just adding in some lettuce leaves. I have a horrible feeling I've forgotten something, but never mind, I'm pretty sure I haven't. So I've got here some coriander. Now you do need that with your Thai salad, and some mint. It's amazing how much mint really picks things up. I don't happen to have basil, and that will be missed in this dish. If you, ideally you want the Thai basil, which is a little bit sweeter, not quite as bitter. That's going to be just beautiful. And then on top of that, we are going to pop on some tomatoes, cucumber chunks, and some spring onions. That is going to be good tonight, Inder. Yum. Okay, then I'm going to dress that with this lovely mixture here, as much or as little as you want.
Lots, lots.
Yep, I'm going to put that through.
Drown it.
Just get that going, and then I'm going to add the beef in. Toss some of that into the beef. It's just so full of flavour, this dish. It's just amazing. Yum. Okay, looking good, everybody. And then we're just going to put this beautiful beef here on top. Now I want to add those juices from the pan. Do you remember I told you not to throw them away? That's that lovely beefy goodness. And we're going to add all that in. Okay. Now just to finish it off and make it look a little bit nicer, we are just going to sprinkle it with these beautiful nuts, because what's a lovely Thai dish without some lovely roasted nuts? And of course, why not some extra chili flakes? And of course you could actually pop on top of that a little bit more of your chopped coriander.
Sweet chili sauce?
Yes, thank you, Andrew. I nearly forgot the sweet chili sauce. I do love a bit of sweet chili sauce. Here we go, sweet chili sauce, just sprinkled on top. Remember, going from on high, you actually get it at a nicer space. And then the other thing, which I'll get out in a minute, which is in the back of the cupboard, and I probably need to get on my knees to get it, are some fried shallots. So that is the Thai curry. A couple of little differences, because I like to put noodles in as a base, just to make it a more substantial meal. And it is just packed full of freshness, packed full of flavour. Definitely something that you should be trying in your Thermomix. So there you go. What do you reckon, Andy? Enjoy that?
It's great willpower here. They've not stuck my hand in there yet.
It is actually. You normally put your hand in. So I'm going to take a picky, so I've got that for reference, and enjoy that. So thank you so much for zooming in, or not zooming in, for coming into my live kitchen tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it and picked up a few tips. Give it a go. It's a yummy, yummy dinner, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.
Come on, serve it out.